Good afternoon, everyone. NOAA talking about how global cooling is going to starve the planet. Talking about fogs, Beijing time-lapse series of just epic fog banks rolling through, as well as Europe with freezing fog. And going back into the Arctic expeditions in the 1940s, they show the same amount of sea ice that's currently today. I guess there's been no loss, as we've been told all along.
And while you're watching the video, please remember to press that subscribe button and pass this through your social media. Europe, for the second time this year, choking on freezing smog. Nice clear view over Paris here. London not immune either. Headline a little misleading though. London air pollution passes Beijing. Total particulate matter from wood-burning stoves and coal was only in the high 200s. Beijing routinely pushing above 500. Interestingly enough, speaking of Beijing pollution, this is a time-lapse video of 20 minutes as the pollution front rolls over Beijing. And then it stayed like this for 3 weeks. U.S. News and World Report, multi-year ice that served as a barrier against ice loss is now totally gone. This is in 2016. Oh wait, the red, yellow, green, and light blue are all multi-year ice. I guess that's a misleading headline. Jumping back in time, 1940. Polar temperatures are an average of 6 degrees higher than the baseline measurement in Nansen, and also the average ice thickness was only 6.5 feet or 2 meters. January 2nd, 2017. Red, green, yellow, teal, all above 2 meters. 1956, looks like there's even less ice than there is today, especially on the periphery around down near Norway. And if we do compare the ice concentrations from January 1st, 2017 to those of 1914, 1919, look at the similarity in the concentrations. Full whiteout map here. This is from National Geographic from 1911 to 1920 ice survey in the North Pole. Headline, NOAA 1974, global cooling will starve the world. This came out of their NOAA periodical, October 1974. Article inside the magazine Climate, a Key to the World's Food Supply. They talk about the ominous nature of global food production for the populace. They even show some areas specifically that are going to be in severe trouble. India, 1890 to 1940, severe drought about once every 4 years. But with the warming, that reduced back to once in every 18 years. So look for deluge floods followed by drought in India that are going to throw off the growing seasons. We already saw the record 500-year floods in many places across India this last year. What should be following after another year and a half is drought. Graphics included in the article, 1880 to 1940 temperatures. Oops, the NOAA current temperatures seem to not match with that. They show continuous warming. And how did that drop off disappear? From 1940 to 1970, smoothed over. PopularTechnology.net also picked up on this and highlighted a few of the tidbits inside the article. Global cooling and trends, changes in atmospheric circulation, if prolonged, pose serious threats to major food-producing regions of the world. We are beginning to see that with this grand solar minimum. And they highlight just a drop of 1 or 2 degrees centigrade, which we are seeing currently. We've seen that full 1 drop C down in New Zealand. Europe's repeating Maunder minimum type conditions. Yet the grand solar maximum from 1950 to 2010 was a rare once in a 3,000 year event. The red line is recorded sunspot data from the 1600s. Now you notice how the heat follows the spots. What happens when the sunspot counts drops down again to 0 during this next grand solar minimum or below 25 for this next solar cycle? The temperatures are going to drop. Anything in that light blue is where we are heading in the next 4 to 5 years. And it's going to be a decade-long event. Whiteout here for you. I'm definitely not the only one talking about this grand solar minimum. And Dr. Abuzamatov of the Pulkovo Observatory in Russia released a new paper here absolutely stating that the Earth is going to go into an energy negative balance and this is going to have a long-term cooling condition all the way up until 2043, possibly even until 2060. And I would absolutely encourage you to jump over to the link that I've included below so you can read the abstracts for each and every one of the parts of this article. If you just read that alone, you are going to change your opinion of what is happening and how rapid this is going to onset. We have to begin the discussion right now of how we are going to change our food growing strategies and delivery of foods. Europe is being rocked right now by vegetable shortages that they are rationing food. Not only that, the importers now are paying 3 times more for any vegetables that they get. That is going to be a direct pass on to the consumer. And at what point is it that only the rich can eat vegetables in Europe? Let them eat cake, as I've heard it once put. Thanks for watching. Hope you got something out of the video. Please take a moment to jump over to Trade Genius. Bob and his team are trading on the grand solar minimum crop losses. Their crystal ball goes deep into where they see specifically grains and softs being lost over the next 3 to 5 years.